Okay, guys, welcome everyone. Wish this was on better terms. I want to thank every one of you guys, every single one of y'all, for the support, the condolences, and everything that you guys have done. Thank you all for coming in, trying to get my face straight. kind of hard. Thank you all. We're going to try to do this. Those guys were wonderful. Let's see if I can get out of here. Well, hello, everyone. Thank you guys for coming in. Wish it would have been on better terms for sure. I'm just trying to keep a straight face and not be a big mush bucket for how I've said it before. We're done. We have finished the funeral. It was such a beautiful, beautiful thing to see, but very sad on our side. I'm going to try to get myself to where I can see the screen because I still got the black screen of the get back to StreamYard. Okay, there it is. Now I got it. Thank all of you guys that come in. I apologize that I haven't gotten to get all of your comments, but I'm trying to work on them for sure. Kelly could not be here, but we are trying to give you guys an update of what's going on. It's I'm still taking it the toughest. I've already decided I'm probably going to need grief counseling to try to get through it. But I do have to say the last 2 days were just a tad bit better than the days before. When you lose your rock, it's tough. But one thing that we are excited about is we had a big turnout. Devin was smiling. I know he was. A lot of people shared their support. I have never cried as much as I have. Just can't turn it off. But we what we decided to do, as some of you may know, I'm not sure if I told everyone about the arrangements. We did not want to sort of our way is to for our cremation that we did for Devin. One of the reasons was that we could bring him home to our home. Some people are okay with that. Some people may not be, and I apologize if you're not, but that's the way that we chose to do it. We did have a visitation. I did think that I owed it to everyone that wanted to see Devin and to Devin a chance to have closure if they needed closure. So um, the visitation went well, and I was surprised to see a lot of channel creators as well that came to the funeral services. Um, Devil Dog is one. Belt Loop 29, Gary came. Um, Sammy with God and Honey came, and also Pafford Homestead came. Um, they all came and paid their respects, which I really do appreciate it. A lot of my family members were there. Um, Family members on Kelly's side, people I've worked with, companies that I see. I'm a third party inspector, so I go to these companies, and a lot of company employees came. So amazing. It was just I couldn't have asked for a better turnout, and the way things went and the ones that have come. We've received Devin's received flowers. Some companies have given a lot of plants. Gosh, we have one plant that we've gotten that it's like a forest. It's huge. It's a really big plant. So we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do with that. The funeral home called and said they still have more plants that came in that we have to go and pick up. We got that call today. Um, but the slideshow that you've seen was also played at the funeral, which was on some, it was, they had a big screen that was on the side of Devin. So it was amazing. People would sit and stare at it just to see all of the good times. I can't thank all of y'all enough for the support. I really can't believe that I'm doing this. I can't believe that this has actually happened. Um, I've said in a previous video that that Devin, I would beg for Devin to give me signs of what's going on. Do you love me? Do you know I love you? And me and my wife talked about it. The last video, the last live, I guess it's a live I did. And I'm sorry, we're televising we're actually putting up the comments from everyone. So it's so special to be able to see all of them and all of your condolences and everything. So the second video, let me get back to it, that I put up. I tell you guys that I would call Devin's name out, sort of like, just waiting for him to answer me. And um, and I said his name, and if you go back to the video, you'll see that it started raining immediately after it. And I told my wife I took it as a sign that he's here. But there's one side of you saying, "Are you sure? Do you really think that that's really a sign?" And just little things that are happening here is I can't. Devin's a miracle child. I mean, God put His hand on him a long time ago, and he was an angel. And I believe he's going to be my guardian angel. So that night after the funeral, I haven't told many people this, and maybe some people haven't gone to my community tab where I was trying to explain that. But Kelly's cousin's wife called Kelly, said she was crying watching the video. And her little son came in the room. Asked her mom why she was crying. because there was a heart on the video. She said, "You shouldn't be crying. There's a heart right there." And of course, she screenshotted it. And the heart appeared on a tree that was behind me when I was sitting down in the chair. And you can see it as plain as day. It's maybe around the 8-minute mark. Now, I'm going to tell you something, guys, and I hope that you take it, don't judge me on what I'm going to tell you. So I was so excited to see that. I went back to the video myself to look for it. Oh, and I found it. And I had it paused and I was looking at it, and I was looking at it on my phone. And, on YouTube now with your phone, you can actually, pull your like this, and it makes it bigger. So I pulled it bigger and I was looking at it, and I noticed something else. And some of you guys may have not seen it. Some have, and they've commented on the community post. But if you don't think that people are with you after you die, I sure hope that you will start believing it, because I believe it now. There's some things that I've noticed on the trees at different times in the video, and it's there. I can't, there's no recreation of this. It's there. You see it. Oh my God, And my son's face is in the tree in a number of places, like as an apparition, if you want to call it that. There's one of them that's away from the tree. I actually took a picture. It's one of the community posts with the dark pictures of that's on the last community post maybe that I sent. One of the pictures is I drew out where the face would be so you could get a better idea. And then, oh my God, when you look at the next one, that's just circling the face, which is absolutely huge. It overtakes me by 2 times. And it's not on a tree. It's actually between the trees. His face is right there. His face is right there. I can't explain it. You'll see. And when you see it, you'll see what I'm talking about. When your son passes away, you get those signs, you believe them. Because I tell you what, he's there. And I know he's there now. Kelly's found a feather. I don't know. She don't know what that means, but she's found a feather for the last few days. 1 or 2 or 3 days. I can't remember. Maybe she could comment and tell you. I don't know. Same spot every time. We were waiting. Just so many things have happened. Miley. Okay, so I used to have a radar. It's like a police radar, I'll tell you. And if there's any law enforcement members in here, you'll probably know what that is. There's something called an angel tuning fork. This tuning fork is a tool. When you turn your radar on at the beginning of your shift, you hit it on something, on an object, and it makes a tone. Some other devices need this tuning fork. It'll make a set tone, and that tone's designed to be at a certain miles per hour, they call it. And then the radar will pick it up, and if it's at that point, then you know that your radar is calibrated. So I have one of those, and it sits in a little leather pocket, and it sits inside my office. No, I didn't even know where it was. It was in my drawer in my desk. I have never showed anyone in my family. Listen to me close. I've never shown anyone in my family. No one knew what that was. If they even saw it, they probably would have thrown it away. They didn't, except for the leather pouch that it was in. That probably would save it. This happened. Miley woke up this morning, and when she came to us, she told us that yesterday she was walking down the road and she asked Devin, oh, Do you miss me? Is what she said. And lightning flashed one time, and she just thought, well, I wonder if that was a sign. Whew. So then that was it. So when she woke up today, she told us about that. And then she went into the dream that she had last night. She said she was sitting in our, you kind of got, we have a, a recliners that are together, they're linked together. And then there's another recliner chair that sits in a den. And that's where everybody spends their time. My son comes, he sits in the chairs. We're always together. We're always, as a family, always together. So that's what's so hard for us. And she said she was sitting in the chair, and Devin was in the single recliner where he normally sits. And in her dream, she remembers asking him if she misses me, just like what she did the night before in reality, physically, when she was walking down the road. And it came to her in a dream, said, do you miss me? And she can see Devin's head turn to her and say, yes, I miss you. That's some powerful stuff. And then the next thing is she seen me kneel down in front of him, in front of his lap, and hand him that tuning fork. And she said it was called an angel fork. She couldn't understand what that was. And I wasn't sure what she said, but she remembers Devin saying it was an angel fork. So she let me mute this. So she searched it to find out what an angel fork is. And I've never heard it as an angel fork, but it comes up as an angel tuning fork, which was that item. She's never seen it here before. So I spent about 30 to 40 minutes today digging in my drawer. She came in there, she was helping me looking, because my drawer is a mess. My desk drawer is like, there's no organization when it comes to that. So I found it finally after we took enough stuff out the drawer. And she said, yep, that's it. That's it. That's what you gave him in my dream. That's what you gave him. Devin's never saw that from me, but you got to think, you got to think past that, because I guess maybe he had to do it some kind of way to show her. And now she feels so much better about herself. So anyway, I know Devin's in a better place. I really do. And I thank all of you guys. The funeral, I really took it a whole lot better than what I've been taking it. And I think probably it was because of all of the people there, which kept all of us really together until it was time to end the visitation. So the visitation stopped at about 12:30, and then Devin's pastor did the services at the end. And that is an amazing man. His pastor is absolutely an amazing man. I've never seen him before. Now I have, and I'll be seeing a whole lot of them once I can get my head on straight. And he came in a wheelchair, and a miracle happened to him as well. He was told that he was going to be a paraplegic and never walk again. He told his story, but he surprised everyone, and he gets up out of that wheelchair and he walked to the podium. He just used his wheelchair because he had such a long ways to go in the parking lot, because there were so many vehicles that actually came to the funeral. There were so many people there. Bearing the sun. Whew. Like I said before, you can stack up every single bad thing that's happened to me, put it all in one bucket. It don't even amount to a fraction of what the pain that I'm going through, all of us are going through. My wife, all his sisters and his brother, It's really hard. And his family members and his friends, it's hard for everybody. Mostly for us, I said all his friends and everyone else, but mostly, I don't want to. So that's what's going on. And I do have someone helping me on this screen. Devil Dog is actually doing the StreamYard because, as you know, I've never done lives before. So he's taking care of a lot of the backstage stuff. He's putting your guys' messages in and typing them up inside the screen. There's a lot of special people that I found out that actually care. There's a lot of caring people in this world. And I said it in the last one, I'll say it to you right now. Right now, if you have a family member by you, tell them you love them, especially tonight. You tell them you love them, do anything for. Let the little things that make you so mad, stop that. Because those little things turn out to be this huge thing whenever they're not here anymore, and you just wish you would have never said anything about those little things. Put your arms around your family. Hey, there's someone, I'm not going to mention their names, has called me and told me about a relative that he really wants to get back together, and the relative doesn't want anything to do with him. And I told him, don't stop. Don't be the one that's not going to, don't be the one that is going to not say anything. Be the better one and continue until maybe he's feeling or she's feeling the same way and just mad at you because of this, or just get the anger away. We prep here. Y'all all know that we prep, and a long time ago I was doing a prepping video, and I think I was ended up being in a cemetery somewhere. Can't really remember, but I can remember what I said. And I said we prep for tornadoes, we prep for hurricanes, we prep for EMP, we prep for anything that we need to prep for to keep our family safe. But if there's one thing that you haven't prepped for, you need to prep for God. You need to prep for heaven. Because all of those preparations that we do in a daily basis, and we stack up all over our house, and we can't move or we can't walk, and we have to organize and do all this stuff. But if you ain't got God on your side and you ain't got heaven in your sights, what is that for? Because poof, it can be gone in a second. And anything that you have in that house that you've built up, you've stacked this food up to the ceiling, you've got everything that you possibly need that can get you out of a bind physically. You better get yourself out of bind spiritually as well, because my son is now gone, and I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone. I really appreciate. I'm really sorry, but I just got to say what's on my mind, and it's in my heart. Because when you lose your child, no matter how old they are, it's the most devastating thing that you can ever go through in your life. But I wanted to give you guys an update. So anyway, I'm sorry. I probably just fell off the whole topic I was talking about. Christmas is here. Christmas is starting now. It was one of his every day. Because this is his time. You can see one of the videos I posted in my community section about him 2 years ago about this is the time. This is cold. It was like November the 9th. Here we go with Thanksgiving. And right after Thanksgiving, what follows after that is his birthday on December the 10th. And then from there is Christmas. So Christmas starts here in November at the beginning. I don't know if you can see any of this stuff behind me, but I just thought about that. I had to find a place to sit, and this is about the quietest place I can find. But you see the presents, guys, the tree. There's things that are in there that's for Devin. And Kelly come up to him the other day and said, "What do I do with all of these gifts? What do you do?" I know they're just material things, but that was his things. I'm not going to touch his room. His room's going to stay just like it is. We'll keep it clean because we still got to go in there, but his stuff is not going to move. I can promise you that. We fixed him a plate for Thanksgiving. His Thanksgiving plate was on the table with his yams. And thank all of you guys, man. I really do appreciate every single one of you that actually made yams in honor of Devin. I know Devin's not someone you even know, and you guys are stepping through. You're doing things for someone. Thank you. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Miracles have happened here many times. We've happened with Devin, as I've said before, and it's moved a lot of people. I've gotten a lot of messages, gotten a lot of phone calls, and people saying that how much that's touched their heart and gives them a reason to carry on. Well, tearing this thing up. I hope it does inspire some people to be at peace. I'm gonna tell you something. Yesterday, when I seen those pictures, and you may be able to see them, I don't know if you have or not, of what's on those trees and what's in the leaves, to be put on a video that was never ever there, ever, never on these trees. It's gonna set you back. It's gonna make you fear God. You should, because energy is always energy, and it'll just change forms, but that energy will still be there. I know he's in heaven. I have no doubt in my mind now that where he's at. I have no doubt. I've doubted. Just worried, I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't pray to God and asking him? There's so many different stages you go through. You go through the denial. I went through the denial. Then I went through the sorrow. I went through that, and I'm still going through it. There's also doubt that you're going to go through. And don't ever doubt God. Don't ever. And I come this close, standing in that driveway, walking down that road, and I looked up and I said in my mind, why, before I said it out loud, and I stopped myself. Don't ever doubt God. Don't ever doubt God. Because there's a reason that happened. He was ready for him. He was ready to take him in. And I was so scared that I'd never be able. If you're not subscribed to this channel, I'm not asking for subscribers, but I would only say this because I have things on my community page that you have to be a subscriber to see. To go look at those pictures that I put up. Hey, you can subscribe, look at the community tab, and then you can unsubscribe. You know what I mean? I would love to keep you guys, but I would love for you guys, for your own, to see those pictures, because those pictures we will. Those pictures are something else. A lot of people have prayed for us, and I thank all of you guys. I thank for the condolences that we've been given. Where stuff was, I thought this was for bigger people, you know, for this little person that sits right here in this chair in this small family. It was a lot. I'm going to show you something just to show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on here. I have to show you though. Oh, Devin, James, Benoit. How much you'll be missed. Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I'm going to try. If not, go see the pictures. Please watch this. If you want to see my son's face, you've watched the thing. I want you to see what it looks like on a tree. While I was talking, please let me figure this out. I don't know if it'll work. Let me see if I'll turn it another way. It's just the light is so bad, and I'm just trying my best. Oh, you see it? You see his face. Guys, this is real. This is real. That's my son. That's my son staring at me from the back while I was crying and in despair. That's him. And if you don't believe me, I don't know what to tell you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, in that video, it's there about the 8-minute mark. Somewhere's in that area, you'll see it. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not looking at the camera because I really don't know where my camera lens is on this laptop. You know, everybody here in this house, you see it, Prophets, Talithia Robinson, thank you for coming in. I hope all you guys see that and replay it. Look at it. That was from my phone, from the picture that I screenshotted from the video. So what you're seeing is a screenshot of an area in the video where he's at. Yeah, sweet savory words. Yeah, I tried to do it. I hope you guys were able to see it. I think it came out fairly, but I was sitting by myself when I seen it. Kelly was in this room. This room. She was over there, a little over there on the other side of the thing. She was laying down and just doing her thing. Zoe was in here, and then I came in and I said, I got to show you something. And I showed her. And first, right off the bat, she couldn't see it because Kelly has a problem in trying to, you know, visualize different things. But then when she saw it, and when you see it, and when you see the other photos, you can't unsee them. They're there for that. They're there. You cannot unsee them from that photo. You'll see it again and again. There is one that there's a picture of a little girl. And I'm not just saying Delvin's photo one time is on a tree. There's other photos. There's a face above him. There's one of a person. I tried to circle them. It looks like a body with their arms crossed like this, like, you know, cupping their hands in front of their body, and they're just standing there. And all the faces staring towards me. Then there's another one somewhere else. I mean, there's so many. And then the huge one that's in the tree. So you'll have to look at that one. And if anyone wants any, you can email me. If you want to send me an email, I can send you the photos. I can get them, the ones I have. But that was only in one little segment of that video. And I bet you there's a lot of other areas. And for that heart to just appear out of nowhere, you could actually, if you watch the video, you'll see it just eventually come into play. You know, sun. We think it's the sun shining, but it doesn't look like it could be the sun. That's the thing. It didn't look like. It could be the sun. So anyway, we finished the services, and we didn't, the way when we did the cremation, um, you still had to have a cremation casket, which was really beautiful. I took pictures of it, but I'm going to spare that for you guys. He had a beautiful, beautiful arrangement that was on top of the, I don't know what you call it. It actually drapes over on the coffin. And it was a wooden coffin. It was beautiful. It was a dark stained wood. It had the white on the inside, and we put a Disney, what you call it? It's like one of them little. It was a Santa Claus, a Christmas Santa Claus, because he loved Christmas. That it would sit over on the ledge of something. So that was inside the coffin. We dressed him in his clothes that he loved, his belt that he loved. And all the flowers were around, and we brought one of his little boxes, his song boxes, so that was there as well, and some other Christmas trees that we brought and put Christmas lights around it, because that's what Devin James Benoit would have wanted. There's no other part in time of the year that's this time of year that this is his time, his world. He loves Christmas because he was just a gosh. You'd have to see his videos to see what my son was about. And then when you look at it, you can see what his face looked like. And then you can see the photos of him afterwards. So anyway, after the services, then they rolled him, and then the pallbearers, being me, Zachary, which is his oldest brother, Mitchell, which is my daughter Kelsey's husband, and Josh, which is Zoe's boyfriend. And then two stood in from the funeral home for the fifth and sixth pallbearer. And I put my hand on that coffin and I picked it up to move him into that hearse, man. I tell you what. And then afterwards, we put them in there. And then they put the pallbearers would put the flower or whatever you want to call it inside the hearse. I kept mine because mine's going to go in front of his urn when we get it. So then we left. So then we came home. And every time I come home, it's pretty tough. I've been getting a little better about it though. So like, look, right now I think I'm gonna be okay right now, because you know what? My son's still with me. And I hope that everyone else that goes through this, I hope you guys don't have to go through this to start off with. But if you have to, I hope you get the signs of peace with a loved one that may have passed. Some have told me already, and it made me reassured. But I'll never forget my son, never. But I'll tell you again, make peace with everybody. Make peace, because bam, right now it can happen. It can happen in an instant. You can go to bed the next morning, you wake up, and your life has changed. Your life has changed. And I don't want that on anyone. I thank all of you guys for coming in here. Lindsay Broussard, I see you on the screen. He's always with y'all. Thank you. I've also seen Hawkeye in here. Thank you, Hawkeye. You don't know how much we appreciate all your support and what you've done for us. We really do appreciate it. We really do appreciate it. Let's see if I can find some of these. I don't know if I can scroll through these. I'm not too sure where. I've read these comments, but I was talking at the same time. I thank all of you guys. Thank you for all of the things that you guys are doing. Robert Weimar, thank you very much. Mark Wildman Survival, give the Lord a hug for me and my mother. Well, I bet you that Devin heard you and he's doing it for you. I bet you he is. He's got a whole lot of people to meet and his family. And so I'm going to say something too, because I think I should. And I think Devin would want me to say it as well. Um, I don't know how to say this, but I really do feel that the Lord prepares us to die. And I don't want to be blunt by saying it, but I think that after this happened, you think back of what has happened close to my son's death. Devin used to like to play video poker, and that was a thing that I could not stand, because I felt for my son. I told my son, please, Devin, you got to stop doing this. You're going to get addicted. You're going to do this. You're going to that. You need to stop doing it. I don't want you to lose like all of your money. I mean, he didn't have a lot of money, but I didn't want him to get into a position. I said, you need to. So anyway, everybody has their own things that they do that, life is not a straight line, and things that some do shouldn't be done. And so he cut all of that stuff out, and he downloaded a Bible app on his phone, and every night he would pray, which I love that. I mean, when you see your kids so wanting to do the right thing, it's just a feeling that it just overwhelms you. As a father, I'm gonna tell you what I feel. So about 3 months ago, he joined the church. That was probably 2 or 3 blocks down the road from here. And the pastor had said that the first day that they saw him, he walked in. I mean, just walked in and sat in a pew. And he would see him kneel on times, and he looked at him. He said, well, I wonder who this guy is. Because he just walked in the church and came to service. And that's all you got to do, is just walk in, And if you don't go to church and you do it at your home, that's okay too. Just get right. So he stayed there, he started going, and he started developing a lot of friends from over there. Which they've come to the funeral home as well. So like people I've never seen before in my life have showed up and said, we know Devin from church. What an amazing people. What amazing people, and how people can be amazing. So he was doing that for 3 months. Kelly was in his room and was helping him fold clothes. I hope I say this right for Kelly. About 2 days before he passed. And he said, I hope I am right with God. And I hope that God has forgiven me for all of my sins. And Kelly's like, well, what do you mean? Why are you saying, well, I don't want to die and not go to heaven. Well, Kelly's like, you believe in God? Yes. And you're going to church. You know that God has forgiven you for, anyway. Well, I don't want to die. But if I die, then, and then he's told something to Miley as well. All these little things, you just take them and you just, okay, whatever, go, go find something to do. I mean, you don't you take these for, thank you, Joyce. I really do appreciate that. Thank you kindly. You don't have to do that, but thank you. It will help. So anyway, after that happened, the day of his headache, he said this before, I think I'm gonna go to, I think when I go to, that's what it was. He told Miley, I think when I go to bed and go to sleep, I'm gonna pass, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna be here. Well, of course, Miley's gonna tell you, of course not, Devin. What you talking about? Go to bed. He went to bed and got up at about 9:40 to use the restroom and went back to bed, and the angels were flying around the bed at whatever time it was that night. Would have never expect that, or I would have. The things that you would have done, the things you would have done, but will it change anything? When God's ready for you, he's going to take you. Thank you, Marlene Siebert. Sweet and savory words, thank you so much. Cajun Coin Hunter, thank you. Well, hey, Kelly, she is. He said to me, he hopes he meant it enough. Okay, so this is what Devin told Kelly, and I think it's on the screen. He said to me, he hopes he meant it enough. I told him, of course you do, Devin. I mean, you do. I mean, you were saved by God. A miracle has happened. All the disease in your body was wiped out of your body. You think that that's all he did? No, he did that for a reason. Not only to set an example and to tell other people God is real, and God can wipe away anything that you possibly had bad for you, and he can also take you home. We've gotten a comment of someone that said that when they were a child, they drowned and they passed away and went to and talked to Jesus when they were small, and Jesus sent them back. And and what they said to and that person was upset because she had to go back home to earth and not stay in heaven because it was such an amazing place. And she said to kind of put it in example, or in for us to understand, is be out in the cold, in the freezing cold, and can't move and about to freeze, and then you just, or in a flash, go into a warm house and you're comfortable with no pain, no nothing, no sadness, no nothing but joy, is what it felt like. I hope I said that right. Rhonda, you're right. Devin did have a wonderful heart. Thank you, Joyce, as well. Yeah, you're right, Elizabeth, very soon. With all the things that are happening in this world, yeah, we need to prepare for those things. I'm going to tell you guys now. Everybody knows all of the stuff that's happening on earth. All of the evil that's here on this earth that's trying to destroy us all. Prepare. I'm not going to say not to, because I'm not going to say in a week from now or a day or a year from now or something that God's ready to take you. You may still need those preparations. You may still be here when everything else is falling apart. But I sure in the heck hope I'm not. I hope that I am up there with my son, my father, my mother, my grandfather, my grandmother, everybody. All my puppies and my everything. I know that that's what he's doing right now. He's got a lot of stuff on his hands right now where he's at. He's got a lot of people to talk to. Then I asked myself, and I've been told that time slows down when you're in heaven. It's not like today, if they're not going to wait 10 years, we the ones that got to wait, we the ones that got to wait the 10 years or the 15 to 20 to 30, 40, 50 before we go meet our loved ones that we lost. It's like they get there and then the next thing you know, they turn around and you're there, and it could be 50 years later. They don't have to wait long for you. But it's hard. I'll tell you right now, I don't wish this on anyone. I don't wish it on any enemies that I may have. I just don't. Because this is the hardest thing that you can ever possibly ever go through. And I know when I get off of this, I'll tell you what happened yesterday. We were sitting in the front room, and I was just blah. I mean, what's the use? Is the kind of sometimes I'm still in that phase, I guess. And then Kelly said that Josh and them was going to go bring Miley's after the funeral. Miley's friend came over to our house and visited, but we had to bring her home, which they were going to bring her, and I stopped them. I said, nope, I'm bringing them because I'm trying to feel better, I need to get out this house. I need to go do something. Let's go, me, you, Kelly. We left and we took off and went and dropped her off. Kelly needed to go to Walmart. She needed to get some detergent. And I said, yeah, let's go. And normally you can ask Kelly that I don't like walking into Walmart that much. I'll try to get out of it by staying in the car as much as I possibly can. But I knew that I just needed the time. I needed to go with her. And when I walked in the doors, that was the funniest thing, because when I walked in the doors, I said, this is going to make me feel better. And I walked inside the doors. The first thing I thought of is what Devin opened his mouth and said in his video, says, we're going to Walmart and shop. And then, of course, me, well, Devin can't do that no more. Thank you guys, all of you. I appreciate you coming. So that's the update. I don't know if I missed anything. I did this through StreamYard. I'm getting help with Devil Dog, but I don't know how that stuff works. If somebody wants to pop up, come on panel. I don't know if I should even be doing that. Kitty, you're right. Heaven is painless. I hope, there's a lot of people in here that I really do appreciate. All of you, to be exact. I don't even know half of the ones that are in here. Who would have thunk that I would be at 229,000 people watching my little channel? Thank you, Hawkeye. I appreciate it. Thank you, Patty, for praying for our entire family. We do need it. It hits everybody at different times, and each person is different as when it affects them, except for me. Thank you, I think it's Cinder. As when it affects them.
Hey, brother.
Hello, Gary.
I just wanted to come on and
hear you. And what do I need to do? There it is. Sorry.
Sorry, I had one on. My background was, I guess, not appropriate, but this one seems to be. I put this on there because it's always darkest right before the dawn. I do want you to know that I love you, brother. I'm so sorry for what you're going through. And for everything there is a season. You'll always love your son, and you'll see him again. I don't know. Words fail me. I just want to let you know that hey, I'm here for you, brother. If I can help in any way.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Gary.
All right, I'm gonna make room for anybody else that want. I just want to drop up and let you know that you're loved.
And Gary, thank you. Thank you for coming and wishing my son farewell. I really do thank you for that. Wishing
It's
him
my privilege.
farewell into heaven because I know that's where he's at.
Yes, sir. No question. Have a blessed day as much as you can, and may God just be there with you and show you His grace.
Thank you. God bless you. Shawnette said we do see each other again. Amen. Well, he's in heaven, guys. And we're gonna, I don't know if you guys would want updates or anything later, but it took me a lot to do this because I've not really done many lives. We have 200 people in here, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you all. Thank you all for sticking around on this as well. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chats. I really do appreciate that. You guys know that, but you don't have to do that. You guys need that money. You know what I mean? I'm not sure who the super chats are anyway. Can't really see the names. If somebody can say it, I appreciate it. Roxy, thank you. Roxy M. I'm gonna try to roll down here in the chats. I know that a lot of them already been posted. I ask myself, I say, where do we go from here? I know that. Well, hello, Brandy.
Hi.
Brandy with Halford Homestead. Look at Autumn. Autumn.
Say
What are you
hi.
doing, little girl? I've seen you on all of these lives, but now I can say that I touched your finger and went like
yes,
this.
you
Ready?
did.
You ready? You ready? Go. Precious little girl. Precious little girl.
I had to come up here and
I
tell
see that.
you.
Angry Prepper, thank you so much. You don't know how much love, brother. I appreciate all of you. I did send you a message as well. Thank you so much for coming to the chat. Thank you very much for the donation as well. You don't know how much that means to us. Hello, Mr. Charlie. Hello, Mr. Charlie. Hello, Autumn. Autumn. Oh, Kelly said to make Belt Loop a mod. I'm not sure how to do that.
Anyway.
Okay, so Heidi Patrick said, when my dad passed, the Lord gave me his scripture. May it give you peace as well. Isaiah 41:10. Thank you so much, Heidi.
Well, I wish I was there to give you another hug, but we're not, so.
Well, you don't know how much I thank for you guys coming over and wishing him farewell. I really do. And for the support, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I really mean that.
We're going to step down in case somebody else wants to come up.
Thank you, Charlie. I greatly appreciate it. There's good people right there, guys. If you don't know them, go see them. Go subscribe. Well, Belt Loop, I'm looking to see how to find you in here. Maybe I'll go to the bottom. Maybe you can just send me a put a message in there. That way I can find you. There he is. Well, come on, guys. How is this working here? Well, I don't know how to do that, guys, unless I have to do it on my YouTube side.
Yes, sir,
probably.
you do.
Okay. Okay. And I
Yeah,
can't do it on. Well, if I get off of this, what will it do?
No,
If I-
don't get off this. Did you bring it
Okay.
up on your phone? I sent you a text earlier to bring up YouTube on your phone.
Okay, I got it. Got it.
Okay, over on your comment, there's over on Belt Loop's comment, rather, there's 3 dots on the right hand side. You click on those 3 dots, and one of the options will be to add mod.
Okay,
That's
I
all you
have
got to do on that side. Okay, good. Now the angry prepper was 1 donation.
Thank you, Jason.
Joyce.
I appreciate it.
Joyce was another donation, and she actually said this right here. Hey, if there's anything I can do for you and your family, I'm new here and plan on sticking around. She gave
Thank
you
you
another
so much.
donation, and there's a 3rd donation that I haven't
Wow.
got to yet, but I'll find that here in a minute.
Thank you so much, Joyce. You don't know how much. I hope you stick with us. I don't know how long it's going to be before I start putting videos out, but we're trying to figure it all out. It may take a little while. I need a little bit of time. Who is that you just had before, Kelly? Oh yeah, I sent a comment to her too. Prophet. I hope I say this right. Prophetess Talithia Robinson. Please read Isaiah 57:1 and pray it brings you and your family comfort. Thank you so much. Thank you. Marla. Hello, Marla. So we're running way over. I didn't think it was going to take this long. How time flies. And I think I don't want to take everybody's time up, but I wanted to give everybody a fantastic update of where things are right now and where things will go.
Okay. Southern Prepper 3 sent you $25.
Oh, thank you, Southern Prepper 3.
And right below that, Tommy Salter said at Kelly's Corner, was there a GoFundMe set up to help with arrangements?
There was the Kelsey's church did a GoFundMe, but it's under Kelsey for some reason. Her church also donated the foods and stuff for the funeral. And when I got to the funeral home, I was like, oh, that was something I thought I was supposed to do, and I didn't even do it, didn't know about it. And then it was just there, which was fantastic. So there is a GoFundMe, but I would not know how to tell you guys how to get to that, nor do you guys have to participate in it. I didn't ask for it, but it was done. And I appreciate all the help and the support. And I think I looked at it yesterday, I think, and I think it was at $650. I got a fly torching me in here. He won't leave me alone. But anyway, so I can't tell you how to get to it. I don't have it anywhere else on any of my, oh wait, maybe I did it in my community page. I'm not sure. I may have put it in my community page. You could check there. But anyway, this is not what this was supposed to be about. And I don't want it to turn into that. I do want it to, I want it to be that everybody knows how much that me and Kelly and the kids thank all of you guys for your condolences, your prayers, your support through this. I know it's going to take some time. I have wonderful companies that I work for, so people have stepped to the plate, and that are helping me out in where my job is. So I've been out of work for the week, and we will go back Monday. I've contacted one of the companies, and I got to start getting my schedule set up because I work for many, many, many different companies. So got to figure out where I'm going to go tomorrow. Maybe after lunch or something. I don't know. We'll see. I may not go at all. We'll see how it is, because these last few days it hasn't been good for me. But I got to step up. I have to keep moving. You know, I got other children. I have a wife to take care of. And I got to be strong for them. I really do. Oh, Kelly said not tomorrow, Monday. I'm sorry. Yeah, tomorrow's Sunday, right? I don't even know what day. I forgot what day it is. Judah asked, how did he pass? Okay, so maybe I haven't told everybody, but I think I maybe have said he passed in his sleep. So Devin, there's a lot of people in here that might be new in here. So Devin, when he was about 2 years old, he started getting a lot of leg pains in his legs, in the back of his legs, and he would curl up like in the fetal position, and he was like a baby, you know, with severe pains and crying, and started running fevers. And this happened once every 3 weeks, if I can say. It's pretty much how we could judge it. Every 3 weeks, we would be going back to the hospital or something. So he was back in and out with that. I'm just telling you about his history. He went to with many studies that were happening, trying to figure out what's wrong with this kid. This kid is sick, is what they would say. He's going to die, is what they say, but they couldn't find out what was wrong with him. And it was trips to the New Orleans Children's Hospital, which would have to see this man named Dr. Steele, which is in the infectious medicals side of the hospital. When they don't know what you have, that's where you go. And it's the 5th floor of the hospital. And they've tried a multiple amount of tests, and they did biopsies on them. They trying to find out what was going on. And they finally figured it out on his 3rd birthday. They called us when we were blowing the candles out on his cake when he was 3 years old, and said, we need you at the New Orleans Children's Hospital immediately. We found the diagnosis. We need to get him on chemotherapy immediately. So that day we packed our stuff and we left and started going to the hospital. You know, I mean, we didn't have much money, but who cares about money? You know, money's just whatever happens, you know, but you don't think of that when things happen. So they diagnosed him with a disease called They diagnosed him with a disease called Langerhans cell histiocytosis. Now, this disease makes lesions throughout your body and all your body organs, and it attacks your body organs and your skin, your major organs, your liver, your heart, your everything. Well, he had them in his bone marrow. He had them in his liver. He had holes in his liver. He had 25, and he had it throughout his body. They're like little bitty, like cancer, but they didn't call it cancer, and they had a treatment protocol because there was 1 out of every 200 kids had this disease. So we started with the treatment protocol, the chemotherapy, 3 days a week. We'd go for 3 days, and then we didn't have to go for 3 more weeks. Every 3 weeks, we would have to go back for chemotherapy. And then you can hear my other video, what happened. So as far as what happened, what made him pass, that's what he went through, and he got cured. And I think he got cured by God. It was a miracle. So then we got granted a reprieve, and we had Devin 23 more years. And if you ask me, after all the stuff that we have been through, all the stuff that we have been through, that I was going to have him forever. And what sticks in my mind is him standing inside the kitchen, and he said, "Dad," after I went to the cabinet and grabbed a snack cake with something to drink and was walking to my chair, and he said, "Dad, I need you to stop doing that. You need to be healthy. You need to not eat those things so you can live a long time." And look where we are today. At least he gave me his advice, and now I have to listen to his advice. So I got to figure out how I'm going to make this happen to make him happy. So for about a year, maybe, he would have headaches. Now, being 20 something years old, you know, all those tests and everything goes away for a long time, and then they may request it again or whatever. But I can remember him getting a CT scan or MRI, and I can't remember, Kelly, if you can help out and they can put it on the screen, that of his head, and they seen that there was some scar tissue where the lesions were at one time. So he was checked before, but he would have these. It was probably because they did this CT scan and stuff for his seizures, because he started having seizures, and they would give him medication, and it gotten under control. Now, Devin at one time lapsed because he thought he was a big boy and he didn't think he needed medication. And he stopped taking it for a little while. Well, he learned really fast that he needed seizure medication, and it gave him a seizure. And then he learned real fast that he needed to keep his medicines up, which he has. He would take it every night. We would see him go into the counter and grabbing his medicine and taking his medicine. And then and then that night that day before, he had a headache again, like he's had a number of times. And he would, you know, I left that out. He would, that whole day, he was telling me and Kelly that he loved us so much, more than I've ever heard my son say it. "I love you, Dad. I love you, Dad. I love you, Mom. Mom, do you hear me? You love me?" "Yes, Devin, we love you." "Dad, I love you. I don't want to die. I love you." And he kept saying that. I have video proof, because we have video in our house, in our living room, in the areas except for private areas. And I can't go back to watch them. I tried and I can't, but that day shows him saying it over and over again, like he knew he was going to see God. And we kept telling him to go to bed. He needs to go to bed. You need rest, because he was up since 2 o'clock that morning before, drinking water because his throat hurt. He couldn't sleep. So every hour he would go back and get a drink of water. And then the video shows that about 9:30 he got up. I was already in bed at about 8 o'clock, because I had to get up at 2. No, I had to leave the house at 2 o'clock to drive 2 hours to a shop for a job. It's not knowing that I walked right by his room door, and he probably wasn't with us then, but I didn't know, you know. So he wakes up at about 9:40 and goes to the bathroom. That night was the last time we seen him leave his bed. The ambulance, when they got here, they actually said that he was gone for about 6 hours, somewhere in that area. And the only thing that we can think that it's grand mal seizure, maybe, which he's never had a big one like that, or aneurysm. I'm going to give you another piece of advice that maybe will help you. 95% probably of all aneurysms in the brain is treatable. It's also hereditary, weak veins or something of that nature. procedures can be done to correct it before you pass away. I don't know how they do that, but that's what they say. Well, my mother had an aneurysm. She passed away. My grandmother had an aneurysm. She passed away in the brain. So that's why we're thinking that maybe Devin had an aneurysm. But when those headaches start coming, make sure that you don't take, if you keep having headaches and headaches and headaches and headaches and they won't go away and it's just a headache, make sure you check yourself. Go get checked, because if they can see that swelling of that artery, that vein, whatever it is, they can stop it. Maybe they'll stop it in time. But either one, if it was an aneurysm or if it was a seizure, I don't think he would have felt it that much as far as pain wise. I'm praying that he didn't suffer through that. It's going to be a long road for me and my wife, my daughters, my brother. My daughters, my son that I still have living. It's going to be a long road of healing. My daughter's husband made the comment, because when they would come over and visit, Devin was like his eyes would light up. He loved seeing Mitchell. That's Kelsey's husband. Love seeing Mitchell. If my wife at sometimes would say, Kelsey's here, Devin will jump to attention and say, is Mitchell there? Mitchell with him? Mitchell. So they would always be together when he would get here. So Mitchell, remember this. He loved you and he talked about you all the time. Mr. Larry, I don't know if you'll see it, but Mr. Larry is Devin's friend and also his employer that lives across the street. He will get Devin to do all kinds of work for him at his house. Mr. Larry took it hard, but Mr. Larry, remember this, that he always talked about you and the lovable dogs that he loved to take care of. It's like Devin would be right on time. He would say, oh, gotta go, Mr. Larry's gotta go take care of the dog. And he took off and he'd go and take care of the dog for an hour if Mr. Larry was out, and then he'd come on back. He loved doing that stuff, next door neighbor, which I think as well for the meal that they brought us. It stopped us from having to cook something the day of, or I can't remember what day it is. I'm sorry. I just don't have my days, but they bought us a really nice meal. Devin used to help him too. Jump at the moment's notice to help anybody that needed help. Went to start washing windshields at a gas station. And people would say, how much? He'd say, oh, I don't charge nothing. I'll do it for a donation. And that was him. If you said you didn't have no money, you got your windshield clean. Happened many times. People would just say, oh, well, I don't have no money, but, oh, it ain't no problem. And he'll wash it. But then some people will give him money for it. And he was excited to have, which I was excited for him. So proud of him. Then he wanted to start detailing vehicles. And the pastor had said they had just finished talking about that the day before, of him detailing his truck. Yep. Don't you know, said my father died of a brain aneurysm back in 95. The day he died, he said, I have a feeling. And I think he knew he was going to die. It's crazy, right? I think Devin knew he was going to die. Did Reagan and Kelly think that? Nope. Why didn't Reagan and Kelly think that? Why didn't they know if he said something that made them think that? But all we said was, no, Devin, you're not going to die. You've said this a number of times, and look, you're still here. It's just a headache. But let me tell you, it was really hard here because we're beating ourselves up. What if? Oh, don't you know, said he was 59. Okay, got you. Well, bless his heart. Prayers for him and prayers for your family as well. So, I don't know what else to say, but thanking all of you guys for the support. I would like for Gary to, or maybe I could do it, end the live with his pictures again. The only thing, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't watch it because the minute I looked at him, it's just like seeing this beautiful son, this kid, this everything, your life gone. But in heaven, then I'm going to tell you something. Go to that community page. Go to my community page. You don't have to subscribe to stay with me if you don't want to, but just subscribe to look at those pictures if that's it. That's all I can tell you, and the ones that are subscribed, please go look at them. I'm not here to make money from nobody or views or all this stuff, but I do want everybody to see stuff that's, you don't see this stuff every day. We walk around blindly in our lives and we think that everything is about material things. We don't even, we're with this phone. I remember if you wanted to visit with someone, you'd go to their house. You'd sit at the table and you'd visit. You might drink coffee. You might visit with your family. Then it turned into a phone call. Well, hey, at least the phone call was you're hearing somebody's voice back and forth and you can talk. Now, everybody wants to text message. What is a text message? It's just words on a phone. It doesn't give you the true meaning of what that person really thinks or what he's talking about or anything. And then it's no text message. And then you go for days without speaking to your son, or you go days without speaking to your daughter or your mom or your dad or whatever, and just think, oh, we just got a busy life. And the life just becomes so consumed in the people and the houses and the cars and the work. And I got to go with my friend over here. I got to go with my friend over here. So I'll just have to talk to them later. And it gets to where you forget about the right things to do, to be able to, and then when they die, they're gone. So give somebody a call instead of texting them if you haven't done it in a while, and see how good they feel to hear your voice. Just try it. If it doesn't work, then you tried. So anyway, Tommy Salter, I see you in here. Thank you so much. Pafford Homestead, thank you. Guys, get back with your family, I'm telling you. I can't say it enough. I wish I could have had somebody tell me that I would change things with some things that was going on in our life. Nobody's perfect. But this phone right here, this digital stuff, is going to make people forget about people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you? Because I use it every day. I have to use it every day, but I make phone calls too. I call, I talk to my kids. Yeah, I do use the text, but I do talk. I do talk with my kids, but all my kids live in the same house. I have two that don't live in my house. We communicate. Now I'm one short physically. Never thought that would ever happen in my life. But even though all the stuff that I've talked to him about and the stuff that we've done, when I walked outside, he would say, Dad, where are you going? He was right behind me. He was doing this and doing that. There's still something that I wish I would have done. Still things that I wish I could have done with him and been there more for him because, I got, whatever, this work that I do is busy and there's times that you should just drop what you're doing, you know. If that kid opens up that door and say, Dad, come look at this. Can you tell me about it? Get up, just get up and go and see what he's doing. It might take you 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Help them out because then they'll remember that. They'll remember the times that you've helped them every time. And that's how love is, man. Love your family members. Thank all of you. Thank all of you that came in here. I'm just getting to the point that I don't know what else to talk about. Thank all of you guys for the condolences, the prayers, the blessings, the donations, or whatever. Thank you. But thank you all for the support. I just can't believe there's 200 people watching me. That shows me that God is good, God is good. I'm not going to say we're going to get through this because that's not where my mind's at right now. But I know that we have to get through it. You can't. I was talking to Tommy, and he's here in this live as well, Tommy Salter. He said some good things last night to me. We discussed a lot of things. And Tommy said you can't reverse it. It's done, It is done. And now you have to move from this point. Because he had a passing of a daughter that it was hard for him. And it's prayers are with you, Tommy, you know that. And all the others that share their stories in here. It just breaks my heart to hear all of them. But I think I got to get off the pulpit now. But I wanted to give you guys an update of what happened, and he's on his way. Why did I say that? He's on his way. He's already there. Angels were flying around his bed whatever time of night when it happened. So, I mean, he's there. But when I said on his way, meant that, when we left the funeral home, he was on his way to the crematorium. From there, then we'll get his stuff, his ashes back here, and then they'll stay here. They keep fingerprints on file because they have to do that on file. So we're getting these there. You got these little bitty charm bracelets or something, and we're gonna put his fingerprint that's gonna be on it that you can hang on a necklace. So Miley and Zoe want one. Everybody wants a fingerprint of Devin because that's a miracle, man. He's a miracle kid, I'm telling you. And just keep with him. There's these little urns that you can have that hang on a necklace, but I think 2 of them want it as well. So we'll see how that works. But I guess we'll cross that road next week, how that's going to go. So Tommy said, don't get off the pulpit. You're doing fine. Yeah, well, this is my 3rd live. And you know what? Trying to get it. I'm sorry, Joyce, for your loss. I've seen your text in there. Gloria, you sing it. Sweet, savory words. Just said a mouthful. Keep that up there. I want everybody to see what you just said. Back up and put that on there. Remember that. Look at that, what she just said. I want everyone to know I love you and cherish your lives and your life. You see that, right? That's what everybody should be doing to every family member in their life. Do it. What does it hurt? You know, tell everybody you love them and give them a hug. Kelly, get ready because I'm about to give you the biggest hug you've had in a long time when I get out of here. And don't say nothing bad. Oh, Kelly told me to check my text. Okay, I got it. I guess that means I have to get off this live. Oh, and then she said something else in here, but I've already called that out. I don't know what time that was, 6 o'clock. Yeah, I already talked about that. So I got it, Kelly. I do know. Yeah, it's time for me to, it's almost time for me to make sure all the chickens are good for the night. That was one of the things Devin was happy to do. So now that's my job, or Joshua helps out as well when he's around. So we do that. Terry M said, hello, I love close families, and I am so sorry for your loss, but your loss bonds the heart is an example to all of us. We love you too, Terry. We love every single one of you guys. And I've gotten some new friends in here too since the last one too. And I thank all of you. I love all of you people. You guys are amazing. Zen 2011, thank you so much. We're going to keep the routines, Dana B. You're right. We have to, because if you don't, then well, I don't know what to say about that, because we got to keep going. We just got to keep going. I know what you're talking about. Our treasured home, thank you so much for coming in. I really enjoy seeing you in here. All right, guys. I guess it's time to get off of this thing. I hope we all learned something today. That I'm gonna tell you what my mama said all the time. Life is short. Don't forget that. This life on earth is nothing compared to what will be for eternity. That's our next life. So make sure that you do it right. And I bless all of y'all. God bless all of y'all. Thank all of y'all. And Devil Dog, I don't know how to do the thing. So good night to all of you, and we're gonna see if we can figure out how to get the photos back up. You guys can stay here through it. Give me some time to be able to look at a lot of these comments as well. I love you guys. We'll see you on the next one. I think I'm doing this right. I'm doing this right, Devil Dog.
No, you already had it up. Now you took it.
Are you there? I can't hear you. Oh, let me turn the volume up. Say it again.
No, you had it up there and then you took it down. Now it's
Okay,
up there. Now make it big.